Hello friends, Cheryl here with Inked Pulp again. This is my second video today. I was going through my shelf, making some extra room for my new ideas journal, and I found this little beauty that I made a long time ago, and I just never finished it. I think this was during the Art Before Breakfast days. This is a little pocket in the back. I think this was the Art Before Breakfast days, and I just didn't finish it. So I've got a little pocket here on the front that something could go in. But isn't she cute? Look at that little kitty cat with a dress on. And I love this lace, and this is some handmade paper. Let's take a quick flip through, and then I thought I might work a little bit in it and add something to the pages. All right, so here's just a writing page, a flower, some lace. This is actually a blown up check. Here's the back of it. You put a butterfly on it, and so it's just glued down to the inside page. I have that little key cat sitting in this took me a while because I had to cut part of the tin and then fit the cat down in there, and so that it looks a little bit 3D. So that took me a little while. And we've got this page with a little clip. Just a little journal card. And then on this side, the clip holds a little scrappy notepad. And I used I think I might have a die that does this because I've got the dotted lines. So I just cut the paper out to be a shape instead of just a scrappy notepad. Just something a little different. Let me get this in here, right? Okay. And then this is a guest check stuck in there, and I just put a little strip down here to make a side tuck. And then this was actually a sticker, and then I found this little tiny butterfly. Look at that little butterfly. My hands have glue all over them from my previous video, so please don't pay attention to that. And then I just put a little strip here with a couple little tiny bits of Tim Holtz ephemera. And then this says, never lose your sense of wonder. Oh, I'm going to take this all the way off because it goes over the top. And I haven't put anything in there yet. But I've got this little envelope. It says beauty. And I love this butterfly. And then I used a stencil, and I added some flowers to match the envelope. And you can see the window here. This was a junk mail window envelope. Okay, the other side of the guest check. This is This was a little sheet of paper that came in your creative studio, and I got all these. It says, listen to your heart. No, that's a rub-on that I put on there. But this was a piece of paper that I just glued on to some cardstock, and then I put some writing spots on the inside. And then I have this belly band made out of lace. On some music paper. We have that in there. This was cute. This is a playing card. This is the orange Theope. Little tiny piece of lace and a little tiny bit of bling. And then I had this little card that I put some lace on and the orange flower. to match the orange and some lace across the top. That's a cute little page. This, again, lace down the side. This is a little envelope that I decorated. And then it's got some Velcro here to hold the thing down. And there's nothing in this one either. I haven't put anything in that yet. This is another playing card. This was, she doesn't participate in the community anymore, but there was a gal who used to take her artwork and have playing cards made out of them. Oh, I did it as a flip up. So this was a playing card. There was a number behind it, but this was one of her cards. And then I have a number 27 and a little bit of a flashcard stuck in there. And then some inking and stenciling on the back there. Now, I'm going to do something while we're right here. I have some of this Tim Holtz tape. This is coming up right here, so I thought, well, I might as well put a little of this vintage tape on there. So let's get a real... I'll put this one right in the middle. Got this one. We'll put it on here like this. Is partially clear and partially with the vintage color on it. And I'm actually going to cut that off because I put it up high enough that I can't fold it under. There's not enough left. But that helps out with that little tear in the paper. All right. I like it. Blank page, blank middle. This is just a little, just some kind of a little, looks like a library card. And I just decorated the front. Oh, this is really cute. I love this. This is a belly band. Little doily, little tiny button. And this is just... a flip down to write on. And the way I put it in there, I've got that bow kind of hanging over the top. A pocket. This card was a business card out of the Your Creative Studio boxes. I took a bunch of them and I decorated them. And then I took this playing card. I just put some lace at the top and stuck it in that pocket. This is an absence report. I just had this, I had this image of a frog, and I cut it on the corner there so it would fit, stuck it on there with a little tiny page tab. This is interesting. So I've got just a little label down here, but this, when you pull this up, and you pick it up by that and pull down. Oh, I got a little glue on there. And pull it down, it's a writing spot. With a little button up there. And because it doesn't stay down all by itself, I put a little tiny paper clip on that. So that's kind of a fun interactive page. And then on the other side, this actually was an envelope. Remember that one side of the envelope? I said you could see. Here's the other side of it right here. But I've got this fun little tag or journaling card. I probably should have cut a thumb notch in that. I probably still can do that. And then down here, I had this butterfly label that I put on as a pocket. And then I've just got this little square cardstock that's kind of like a little journaling card that I put a little image on it and some lace and some fabric. The other side of the guest check. This one was fun. You know what? I don't know if I did this or I got this from, no, I did it. I stenciled this. And the reason I say that is because, well, no, because I know the book that it came out of. I was just looking to see. This is the other side of it. But that can't be because, I can't tell. But anyway, I have this 2 for 5 cents, and I took a little applique flower and made a tuck spot out of it with some little bling on it. And then the back page. So isn't that a fun little journal? So I was playing around. I have this box, and it's really gotten filled up as, ooh, there's some of my favorite. It's gotten filled up while I've been on my cleaning jag because I've been just throwing stuff in here. Ooh, look at these tags. Aren't those cool? There's just so much in here. There's a lot of junk in here, and I do need to go through and clean out some of it, but there's a lot of really good stuff in here. And so I thought I would bring you along, and we would make a couple of pages in this journal. Now, I found these in something I was cleaning up. I had made these a while back. This project was making labels. This was a sticker that I can put on somewhere. I took little labels and I decorated them. Ah, look at him. And the butterfly and a whole, these are something different. And then I did the old telephone. So I have those I can play with too. So the first thing I found was this little circle. This is a retro, birthday party. And then I have this little card that says, wishing you all good things in life. And I thought, well, we could probably use those, both of them, together. And I think I know what page I want to put it on because it will match the color. Wishing you all good things in life. Okay, so there's the birthday. And because this is also rounded, I think I want to, and I'm going to use the little one. Before I get everything inked up, we'll just snip these corners. And ink it up. So I'd like to try to work pretty much out of this box and make a couple of pages because there's some really good stuff in there. And I love looking through it. I want this to really be distressed onto the tag so you can really tell. There. All right. So let me find the page that I was thinking of. I was thinking of this one because it has the green as well. Wishing you all good things in life. Might not be big enough. Might need to get a bigger page. Can turn that a little bit. What about something like that? And then we've got the book page behind it. Now, what else can I put with that if I wanted to put something behind it? Well, I've got this grungy lace, but I like that it's got a consistent color theme, so I don't want to, well, that came like that. I want to keep the colors consistent. That doesn't really match. That doesn't match. Oh, I had some little tiny envelopes up here at the beginning. And I thought I had a little tiny greenish one. I'm not seeing it. And I don't want to dig too much. I did some digging before I got on here with you guys because I wanted to be ready to just start wrong color green. All right, let's just put these two down and maybe I can find something in my lace box to put like a lace down here at the bottom. So let's do this, and then I might punch a hole here and put an eyelet and then maybe hang a charm off of here. So let's do this. Then this is the same front and back. Isn't that cool? All right, let's see. Now, if I could put that at an angle that way. So I have that. Oh, I think we were going to put it underneath, weren't we? Wishing you all good things in life. And then I can cut off that little top part. All right. Or maybe, no, we are going to need to cut off a little bit because and then I'll need something down here. There we go. Like some birthday presents or something down there. Nope. All right, let's see. Let's see what I've got in my lace jar. I don't know if I have any off-white longer lace. Here's some. Yeah, I don't care for that one as much. There I go with that high-pitched thing again. I hate that. I hate when I do that, and I do that kind of when I'm talking to myself. So I'm just searching for the perfect piece of lace, as if there is such a thing. For some things there is. Yeah, I like that. How about if we put that along the bottom? I like it a lot. Or we could put it along the side. Maybe the side would be better. I think the side would be better. So down here at the bottom of my lace bucket, I found the perfect piece of lace. All right, let's put some, let's see which side is. This is the back side. And we'll get some Fabri-Tac because this is lace. So I hope you're all doing well today. It is Sunday. My husband's upstairs watching football. He had to come down and tell me that our Carolina Panthers beat the, was it the Rams they were playing, I think? And our Panthers aren't that good a team. And the Rams are a really good team. So that was pretty exciting to hear that they had won. All right, we have that there. Now, I do need something down here, and I wanted to work all out of this box, but I can either just leave that sit and come back to it later, or I can get something out of another box. Nope. Because I'm not really seeing, without looking through every single piece in here, which I don't want to do, I'm not seeing off the bat anything that I would use in there. So I'll try to keep it to the box as far as supplies, but we need to go somewhere else. Let's see, real quick, let me finish. All right, let's look. No, that kid doesn't look like he's a flowery kind of a kid. Oh my gosh, look what I found in here. I ordered this a long time ago and I wondered what had happened to it. It's in my box of shapes. Not where it belongs, but Yeah, I don't really like that either. All right, let's look real quick in the book of labels and words. I need to get some smaller labels. All the ones I have are really large. Let's see, that kind of matches the color. I could put that there. And I just have this thing about empty labels. I'm not a big fan without something in them, like a number or something. Okay, what if we do this? And then I've got bundled sage. I wonder if this is the right. Yep. Get my little finger dauber out. This looks like it. Sage. It is. Let's put some sage on here around the edges. Yep. And have it match. All right, so I'm going to put this on here, and then I'm going to watch to see if I can find a word that says like enjoy or something like that. And I'll put it in there. Either enjoy or happy, or I'm going to tuck it under here though. There. All right, there's a page done. What do you guys think? Wishing you all good things in life. Oh, now we need to stick that down. So we've got a little retro birthday going on. And we'll find something to put in here. I don't know if I have words already made up or if I'm going to have to make something up. Let's see. I have hope, gratitude, I have expect miracles. That's too long. Nope, I would need a date if I put numbers in there, because I would want it to be the date. So anyway, I'll come back and put either a date in there for a birthday, or I'll put a word on there. Oh, that's cute. All right, what do we have next? I have this frame, and I found this little photograph. It's fallen apart, but I found this little photograph, and it fits perfect in this frame. So I thought I could find a page. Let's go to the front and see what. And that's the middle. That's where we were. What if we put it on the back side of that? And we make it a little side tuck. Okay, let's put some glue just around the edges because it only barely fits. this will just be a little retro picture. We got to get it up towards the top because Mama's head is way up to the top of that. In fact, I need to cut off a little bit down here at the bottom. There we go. Let's see. Let's dab up whatever glue we have on here. Okay. Now we can put this as a flip, and I could cover this with some other paper that we could write on. Or I could put it as a pocket. And I could put one of these tags in there that has all the funky numbers on it. And then put a little topper at the top there. So I'm not sure. I have very mixed feelings about this. Whether we do it as a because that tag doesn't quite seem wide enough. That's the only thing I worry about. I wonder if I have something a little wider that would fit better in there. Let me see. Let me scroll through the box again real quick. And see if I can find offhand. If not, I'll look in my pre-made ephemera box and we'll pull something out of there. Because I'm sure I have something that'll fit. I just have to find it. That can fit in there. That's blue, and it matches the blue over there. And we could put something on the front of that card. Too thin. All right, let me look real quick. I'm not sold on that blue because it doesn't really go with that. It's the right size, but it's not the right color. So let me, this is the right color. No, don't like it. Too plain. Too plain. All right, let me grab my ephemera box really quick. My pre-made stuff. And let's see. Oh, you know what? I have all of those cards that I decorated from the Your Creative Studios box. One of those would fit perfectly in here. If I can find them. Yeah, nope. I showed you guys this lately. This is my favorite tag of all time. I hand stitched all those flowers. Those are all French knots. And I will never use this tag. This will stay with me forever. Look at this one really quick. Really quick. Yeah, mushrooms don't look right. Okay, hang tight. I know those little cards are in here. There's that I decorated. If I can just find them. If I can find them. Oh, nope, those are pockets. Not the cards. I thought they were the cards. Well, maybe we need to just make something real quick. But I know I have those cards in here somewhere. I know they are in here. Look at her. Is she not wonderful? Finding a couple of things that might work, but I'm not finding what I'm looking for, doggone it. I really wanted those because I'm sure that I had one. They're the right size, and I'm sure that I had one decorated that would fit in here well. Oh, you know what else might go well in there if I have one? Is a little notepad. Oh, Lordy. Maybe. Okay, let's look at the little scrappy notepads and see what I have. These are envelopes. Okay, those are envelopes. There's the notepads. That's too fat, though. I would have to put it in like this, and then it would cover them up. And I don't want to do that. I want just a real thin little notepad. A little one that will fit. Let me look at my... Oh, excuse me. There it is in my little box here. I found the right thing to go in there. I'm going to stop looking because I like it, and I'm going to put all these little things back. Notepads. I gotta redo this box of ephemera because I've got everything out of order. So look, if we do that, make it a, and this says Magione Francesco, or right, yeah, Francesco. We can put a little tab topper on it and just put this down as a pocket. Gosh, why does it take so much time sometimes? It's always the last thing you look at, right? Go through 3 boxes of ephemera and find nothing, and then finally, when I'm just about to give up and tell you guys that I'll just have to put it on and okay. There is that. There's that goes in there, but I need to let that dry. So while that is drying, what if we take a little piece of this and put it on here as a tab. What do you guys think of that? I love this stuff. For those of you who haven't been around for a long time, I make this real burnt lace, and I have a super high-powered heat gun that I use, and I just hold it on until it starts burning and smoking, and I don't recommend that you do it at home unless you're just really, really, really careful, because there, what if we just put that on the top there, a little piece of burnt lace. Well, I like this because I am working pretty much from the box. It's not quite dry yet, but let's put it out there. And let's put this right here. There. And that's a fun page. Full picture with a cool frame, and then a little pullout. I love it. Let's see if I have anything else kind of ready to go. I don't know that I do, but I'm sure we can find something. Well, we're at just about 45 minutes, so maybe we'll just call it good at that, at those 2 pages, and we'll come back to this later. I love that. I love it, I love it, I love it. Now, I had... No. All right, let's call it a day here, and we'll come back and work on this some more another time, because I would really like to use these 2 tags together somehow. I think these would be great. All right. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up and let YouTube know that you like what I'm doing. And thank you for coming along, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.